Hello everyone, DarkOfAllTrades here. Now those of you who have been following me for a while are likely aware I am an anti-theist. This position is becoming more and more common within the atheist community, but I worry that people in the atheist as well as religious communities may not quite understand what that entails. So today, I want to dive into the realm of antitheism, a perspective that challenges conventional beliefs in deities and religious doctrines. But don't worry, I'm not here to preach or pontificate. Instead, I want to explore this topic with a blend of critical inquiry and a touch of levity. Antitheism isn't just about disbelief. It is a thoughtful rejection of supernatural claims, often rooted in skepticism and a quest for evidence-based understanding. As I talk through this complex terrain, I'm going to debunk common myths, discuss key figures in anti-theistic thought, and maybe even share some surprising insights along the way. So whether you're a seasoned skeptic or simply curious about exploring different perspectives, this video may help you uncover the layers of antitheism one rational point at a time. So what is antitheism? Antitheism is the active opposition or rejection of belief in the existence of gods or deities. Unlike atheism, which simply denotes not having a belief in gods, antitheism goes further by asserting that the concept of gods is harmful, irrational, or detrimental to society. Anti-theists typically argue against religious beliefs and institutions, viewing them as sources of oppression, division, and superstition. They often advocate for secularism, science, and reason as alternatives to religious faith. Anti-theism represents a robust philosophical position that challenges the existence of gods and religious doctrines. At its core, anti-theism isn't merely about disbelief. For most anti-theists, it actively opposes theism due to the harmful effects or lack of empirical evidence. To clarify, anti-theism isn't synonymous with hostility towards religious individuals. An anti-theist is not anti-theist. Rather, it critiques belief systems and the influence of religion on public policy, education, and human rights. It embraces skepticism, critical thinking, and a commitment to evidence-based reasoning as essential tools in understanding the world. In essence, anti-theism represents a bold rejection of supernatural claims, championing reason and secular values as cornerstones of intellectual integrity and societal progress. Now let's delve into some common myths surrounding anti-theism. Myth 1. Anti-theists hate all religious people. Contrary to popular belief, anti-theism isn't about harboring hatred towards individuals with religious beliefs. Anti-theists critique ideas, not people. Many anti-theists value open dialogue and respect for individuals while challenging religious doctrines that may permeate harmful practices or restrict personal freedoms. It's about opposing ideas, not individuals. Myth number 2. Anti-theism is just another religion. This couldn't be further from the truth. Anti-theism is not a belief system or set of doctrines. It is a position rooted in skepticism and rational inquiry. Unlike religions, which often asserts claims without evidence, anti-theism encourages critical examination and rejects supernatural explanations in favor of scientific understanding and evidence-based reasoning. Myth number 3. Anti-theists have no moral compass. Another misconception. Anti-theists uphold moral values based on empathy, reason, and humanistic principles. Many derive their moral framework from philosophical ethics, secular humanism, or empathy-driven approaches that prioritize well-being and ethical conduct without the need for divine guidance. Myth number 4. Anti-theists are close-minded. In reality, anti-theism is rooted in critical thinking and openness to new ideas. Anti-theists challenge religious beliefs because they value evidence and reason argumentation. They are often willing to engage in thoughtful discussions and consider alternative viewpoints, but they maintain a skeptical stance towards supernatural claims until sufficient evidence is presented. Myth number 5. Anti-theism is just a phase of rebellion. Some may view anti-theism as a rebellious phase, particularly among younger individuals questioning societal norms. However, anti-theism is a legitimate philosophical stance that transcends mere rebellion. Many anti-theists arrive at their position through careful reflection, education, and critical analysis of religious beliefs and their impact on society. Myth number 6. Anti-theists want to eradicate religion. While some anti-theists advocate for secularism and the separation of religion from public institutions, not all seek to eradicate a religion entirely. Many support the rights to religious beliefs as personal choices, but advocate for a society where religious institutions do not impose beliefs on others or influence public policy. To understand anti-theism more fully, we must trace its evolution through history, examining key thinkers and intellectual movements that have shaped this philosophical stance. Anti-theist sentiments can be found throughout various civilizations and eras, often emerging in response to prevailing religious beliefs and their societal implications. However, modern anti-theism is a coherent philosophical position gained traction during the Age of Enlightenment in the 17th and 18th centuries. During this period, thinkers such as Denis Diderot, Baron d'Holbach, and Voltaire challenged religious authorities and advocated for reason, scientific inquiry, and secular governance. These Enlightenment thinkers laid the groundwork for critical examination of religious doctrines and emphasized the importance of empirical evidence in understanding the natural world. The 19th century witnessed further developments in anti-theistic thought with the rise of atheism and secular humanism. Figures like Karl Marx, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Bertrand Russell critiqued religious institutions for perpetuating societal inequality and stifling intellectual progress. Marx famously characterized religion as the opium of the masses, a famous quote that is often taken out of context. I'm not going to go into that in this video. This message highlighting its role in pacifying the oppressed. In the 20th century, advancements in science and philosophy bolstered anti-theistic arguments. The theory of evolution proposed by Charles Darwin provided a naturalistic explanation for the diversity of life, challenging creationist narratives. Modern philosophers have popularized atheism and anti-theism through their writings and public debates, advocating for a rational, evidence-based worldview. Today, anti-theism continues to evolve in response to contemporary challenges posed by religious extremism, political religiosity, and the impact of religion on public policy. The internet and social media have facilitated widespread discussions on atheism and anti-theism, fostering communities of skeptics and free thinkers around the globe. In summary, the evolution of anti-theism reflects a journey of intellectual rebellion against dogma and a pursuit of scientific understanding and a commitment to secular values. As we go through the history of anti-theism, we gain insights on the ongoing quest for truth and the enduring revelation of skepticism in a world shaped by religious beliefs. Anti-theism as a critical stance against religious beliefs and doctrines informs various aspects of individuals' lives and societal engagement. Let's explore how anti-theism manifests in practical terms and its impact on personal values, community involvement, and societal advocacy. One fundamental aspect of anti-theism in practice is its advocacy for secularism and the separation of religion from government institutions. Anti-theists champion a society where public policies are based on rational, evidence-based principles rather than religious dogma. They advocate for science-based education, reproductive rights, and equality under the law, irrespective of religious beliefs. In personal ethics, anti-theism often aligns with humanistic values that prioritize compassion, empathy, and ethical conduct based on rational reasoning. Anti-theists reject the notion that morality requires divine authority, emphasizing instead the importance of empathy and well-being in ethical decision-making. Anti-theism also fosters community building among skeptics and freethinkers. Anti-theist organizations and secular communities provide a supportive network for individuals who may face discrimination or social ostracism due to the rejection of religious beliefs. These communities engage in philanthropic activities, promote scientific literacy, and advocate for civil liberties based on secular principles. Moreover, anti-theism promotes critical thinking and skepticism towards supernatural claims. Anti-theists value evidence-based reasoning and scientific inquiry as essential tools for understanding the natural world. This commitment to rational inquiry encourages intellectual curiosity and a willingness to challenge unfounded beliefs. In broader societal contexts, anti-theism intersects with issues of social justice, human rights, and religious freedom. Anti-theists often advocate for policies that uphold secular values, protect individual liberties, and promote equality for all citizens, regardless of religious affiliation. It is important to recognize that anti-theism encompasses a diversity of perspectives and approaches. While some anti-theists may prioritize activism and advocacy, others may focus on personal introspection and intellectual exploration. Anti-theism in practice reflects a commitment to reason, skepticism, and secular values that contribute to a more just and inclusive society. To sum this part up, anti-theism in practice extends beyond disbelief in gods to encompass a holistic worldview that values secularism, ethical reasoning, community engagement, and intellectual inquiry. As anti-theists navigate their lives and engage with a broader society, they contribute to ongoing conversations about the role of religion in public life and the pursuit of a more rational, compassionate world. Now let's explore some intriguing tidbits and lesser-known facts about anti-theism that add a touch of fascination to our understanding of this philosophical stance. One notable historical figure known for his anti-theistic worldviews was Thomas Paine, a key figure in the American Revolution and author of The Age of Reason. Paine criticized organized religion and advocated for deism, a belief in a distant, non-interventionist deity. In the realm of philosophy, Friedrich Nietzsche is often associated with anti-theistic ideas, particularly his proclamation that God is dead in his work Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Nietzsche's critique of religious morality and embrace of existentialism influenced subsequent thinkers and movements. Moving on to pop culture, comedian and outspoken atheist Ricky Gervais has used his platform to challenge religious beliefs and advocate for secularism. Gervais's comedic style often incorporates themes of skepticism and humanism. Let's take a look at a handful more. A magician, actor, and author known for his outspoken atheism and skepticism, Penn Jillette, along with his partner Teller, often incorporates atheistic and skeptical themes into their performances and public appearances. A renowned author and critic of religion, particularly known for his novel The Satanic Verses, which sparked controversy that led to death threats due to its perceived blasphemy against Islam, Rushdie has been an advocate for free expression and secular values. An Academy Award-winning actress who has identified as atheist and has spoken openly about her views on religion and spirituality, Portman is known for her intellect and activism, including support for science education and women's rights. The creator of animated television series such as Family Guy and American Dad, Seth MacFarlane is an atheist who often incorporates religious satire and commentary on religious themes into his work, challenging conventional beliefs with humor. Best known for his portrayal of Harry Potter in the film series, Daniel Radcliffe has identified as an atheist and has spoken about his views on religion and belief. Radcliffe has been supportive of secular causes and has advocated for critical thinking and questioning of religious dogma. And of course, I couldn't have a video about anti-theists without mentioning Hitchens. The eloquent and provocative intellectual stood as a formidable figure in the realm of anti-theism. Renowned for his sharp wit and unwavering intellect, Hitchens vehemently opposed the notion of divine being, advocating for reason, skepticism, and secularism. Through his writings and debates, he fearlessly challenged religious dogma, viewing it as a force that stifled progress, perpetuated ignorance, and inhibited human freedom. Hitchens' position as an anti-theist was characterized by his uncompromising commitment to rational inquiry and his fervent belief in the power of human agency and autonomy, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of modern atheism. To be clear, I don't agree with all of these individuals on everything, but them, among many others in the entertainment industry, have used their platforms to advocate for skepticism, rationalism, and secular values, contributing to the ongoing discourse surrounding anti-theism and free thought in popular culture. Did you know that a growing number of people worldwide identify as non-religious? According to surveys conducted by organizations like the Pew Research Center, the percentage of religiously unaffiliated individuals, including atheists and agnostics, is on the rise in many countries. In Europe, particularly countries like Sweden, Denmark, and the Netherlands, secularism has become more prevalent, with significant portions of the population identifying as atheist or non-religious. This trend reflects a broader shift toward secular values and declining religious observance in certain regions. Even in traditionally religious countries like the United States, the number of people identifying as religiously unaffiliated has been steadily increasing, especially among younger generations. This shift suggests a changing landscape of beliefs and values influenced by factors such as education, globalization, and access to information. These facts and trends highlight the dynamic nature of anti-theism and secularism in our modern world. As more individuals question religious dogma and embrace secular values, the conversation around anti-theism continues to evolve, shaping the cultural and intellectual landscape of societies worldwide. In embracing these quirky insights and statistic trends, we gain a deeper appreciation for the diversity of perspectives within the anti-theistic community and the broader movement towards rationalism and secular humanism. Now it's time to address some common questions and engage with your thoughts and experiences about anti-theism. Let's dive into a brief Q&A session. Isn't anti-theism just another form of intolerance towards religious beliefs? Great question. Anti-theism is not about intolerance towards individuals holding religious beliefs, but rather a critique of ideas and doctrines. Anti-theists often advocate for respectful dialogue and mutual understanding while challenging the societal influence of religious institutions. It's important to distinguish between criticizing beliefs and showing respect for individuals. How does anti-theism differ from atheism? Anti-theism goes beyond atheism, which, as I mentioned before, is simply not accepting the existence of gods. Anti-theism actively opposes religious beliefs due to perceived harm or lack of evidence. While atheists may not believe in deities, anti-theists critique religion's impact on society and advocate for secularism and rational discourse. This is not saying that atheists can't do that, but let's just move on. Can someone be both religious and anti-theistic? In theory, someone could hold religious beliefs while also critiquing organized religion or specific doctrines. However, anti-theism typically implies a rejection of supernatural claims and religious authority. It's uncommon for someone to identify strongly as both religious and anti-theistic, as these positions are often contradictory. However, they're not exclusive, as there are religions that are not specifically theistic. Please feel free to share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspective on anti-theism and engage in further discussion on this very thought-provoking topic. As I wrap up this exploration of anti-theism, as I do in my response videos, let's recap the key points discussed in this video. We define anti-theism as a critical stance against religious beliefs and doctrines, emphasizing its commitment to skepticism, rational inquiry, and secular values. We debunked common myths about anti-theism, clarifying it's not about hatred or intolerance towards individuals, but rather a thoughtful critique of ideas. Next, I trace the evolution of antitheism through history, highlighting influential thinkers and movements that shape this philosophical stance, from the Enlightenment thinkers to modern advocates like Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens. We then explored antitheism in practice, examining how it informs ethical frameworks, community engagement, and advocacy for secularism and evidence-based reasoning in public policy. In our fun facts and quirky insights, we learned about the notable anti-theist in pop culture and surprising statistics about the rise of secularism globally, underscoring the diversity and impact of anti-theistic perspectives. As we conclude, I invite you to continue exploring these topics and engaging in critical discussions about anti-theism and related issues. Whether you're a skeptic, a seeker of truth, or simply curious about different perspectives, let's just keep the conversation going. Remember, questioning beliefs and seeking evidence-based answers are essential parts of intellectual growth. Thank you for hanging out with me on this, and an extra special thanks to my patrons, Climatus Anima, Sora, Long-Haired Lefty, Musical Ocelot, Ooga Booga Luga, Tarek Alkasab, Jamabomb, Kai Henningsen, and Triple Towel. If you would like to be part of an intellectual truth-seeking journey, you can join them for as low as $1 a month at patreon.com/darkofalltrades. And as always, keep learning.